Hey everyone, it's Andrea Corso from C3 Coaching and Consulting, where we work with individuals and organizations to help them reach their highest potential. And today I'm going to talk to you about step one of the 4 steps to start reinventing your career right now. So last time I gave you an overview of the 4 steps to take to start reinventing your career right now. And as I mentioned in that video, if you missed it, you can go check it out on our blog page, c3coachingandconsulting.com, and click on blog. But I gave you an overview, and I mentioned that I was going to have future videos that went into a little more detail about each of those steps. So this is the first one, and we're going to talk about step one of reinventing your career starting right now. And that is to acknowledge that something is wrong and that you're dissatisfied with where you are, with what's going on in your career. And the interesting thing about this step is that it doesn't really make anything happen, so to speak, because you'll admit you're not feeling right about it. I'm dissatisfied. I want to make a change. I want to do something different. And your life will go on just as it is unless you take action beyond that acknowledgement. So, what does acknowledging do? Well, first of all, it makes not only you aware, but if you're brave enough to tell other people about it, and I recommend that you do, it makes other people aware that you are looking to do something different. And it starts to open up your eyes to other opportunities that are around you. It's amazing how things show up when you open yourself up to them. So I'll give you an example of how this has worked in real life. I'll give you a personal example, and then I will give you an example from one of my clients. So personally, when I was working in the corporate world, this happened many years ago, but I was in human resources and I was working in the field of HR, and I was in a rut. I wasn't overly satisfied with what I was doing anymore, and I wasn't really sure what that meant or what I wanted to do, but I admitted and acknowledged that, I'm not really sure I'm enjoying being in HR anymore. And once I did that, sort of felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder, but I also chose to talk to my mentor about it. And I told him that I wasn't really sure that HR was it for me, and I didn't know if that meant I was going to leave the company I was working at the time or whatnot. What ended up happening was an opportunity presented itself to me to take a temporary assignment outside of HR, which I went and did for a year, and then I jumped back into HR. But the point of this is by acknowledging that I was no longer really sure that I was satisfied with what I was doing, and then sharing it with someone, that someone then presented me with an opportunity to actually do something different. Had I never admitted it or talked to anyone about it, none of that would have happened. So that's why the acknowledgement is so important, because it kind of sets you on a path of seeing what else is out there. Very similar thing happened to one of my clients. She admitted too that she was not satisfied in her current department in her company, and she sort of liked the work but wasn't really sure if it was what she truly wanted to be doing. And when she finally admitted that her true desire was to do something different, she talked to her mentor and her coach about it within her organization, and they actually recreated her job. So they redesigned her job so that it would bring in more of those skills into her current department and that she could use. So she was then utilizing more of her strengths and more of the type of work that she wanted to be doing. So by admitting that she was no longer really satisfied and was unsure about what she was currently doing, by sharing that, so admitting it to herself and then sharing it, she was actually able to have her position recreated to support what she wanted to do and get more satisfaction out of her career. So she did a reinvention in place. And that's really the beauty of acknowledging it, is it makes you aware of the opportunities that are around you that you might not have otherwise been aware of. So that's why it's an important first step to take as you are reinventing your career. Next time I'll move on to step 2, but until then, really think about acknowledging and admitting not only to yourself, but challenge yourself, or I'm challenging you to go in and tell a trusted advisor or a colleague or a peer, mentor, someone you trust, what you're thinking about and what you're maybe not satisfied with, and see where that starts to lead you. And of course, in the meantime, if there's anything that we at C3 can do to support you on your journey, please contact us. You can visit us on our website, c3coachingandconsulting.com, and I will see you next time. Bye.